and I'm really excited about unboxing this roll of pennies. It's wheat pennies mostly, but on one of the ends there's a Civil War token, and I don't exactly know what the Civil War token is actually going to be. Spent about $55 on this, and I've been buying some rolls with medium to low levels of success, though on the last one, or two ones ago, we got some pretty cool finds in the middle of the roll, so I'm hoping that that's going to happen today. By the way, my name's Christian, this is my channel Treasure Town, and one difference is that I got some Whitman folders that I'm going to retroactively fill in with the coins that I've unboxed after purchasing like wheat penny rolls on eBay to see how good of a collection we can make, and we're going to be trying to get some folder fillers and adding a little bit of complexity to the hunt on that level today. Also going to be looking for key dates, cherry picker errors, varieties, whatever it is, we're going to be looking for it. So can't wait to tear this one open. And I'll first show you an overview of those Whitman folders, how the progress has been going in terms of filling out the sets. There's still some work to do, and hopefully some of that will be accomplished with the coins inside of the bag I'm holding. And as I had mentioned, we've got the coins right here that we're going to be unboxing, but here is, after 3 of these hunts, what we've got. So it's a 1909, a 1911. There hasn't been too much in the teens. We have 1916, 1817, hardly any mint marks either, outside of this 1919S, and then down here 27D, but there's a lot of progress to be made, and we're hoping for a better variety, especially considering that I kind of shelled out, $50 to $60 is what I paid. Only a few mint marks here, so looking to make some damage. We'll see what can happen, and I'll just take this open, and then we'll get right into the hunt. And here is our roll, and it kind of looks old, which I'm actually happy about. Let's see how the crimp looked. That looks pretty good, and we'll see what this one looks like. That one looks very much hand done, so you see the difference there. It looks like a real crimping, whereas here it looks like somebody just stuck on an ender and then rolled it themselves. I hope that there's some better coins inside of it, though. And yeah, I'll just open this up, but not before I'm going to pause the video and get some photos of each of the ends. And at this point, there's really only one thing left to do, and that is open it up. So I say that I'll start with just a few kind of right from the middle. We'll first see. Doesn't look like there's anything like a non-penny in here. Sometimes you find an extra or a silver dime, something like that. I'm just going to start with a chunk of coins here from the middle, and then we'll look at the Indian head cent directly after this one. But we're going to start out with a 1927. So that's, at least it's not from the 40s or 50s. And then the next one does have an S mint mark, though, 1947S. There's going to be a 1952. And I always say it's a good idea if they can be like 15, at least 15 from before 1940. 1951S. 1947, 1941, let's see, ooh, we got an extra Indian head cent, 1940, let's check out what this Indian head cent is. My prediction, it looks maybe a little bit worn, so I'm going to say 1800s, and it's an 1893, so I think that that's a new date on the Indian heads. I forget exactly, I should have done an inventory before, but definitely good to get at least another Indian head cent. Behind it, we've got a 1935, and a 1929, so a decent start. Like I promised, we're going to now take a look at the next Indian head cent. I'm really excited for that Civil War token. I'm going to predict this is 1902, we'll say. And another 1893, so similar date as before, but still, good to get that. We got a 29 and a 37, so it's nice to get older ones, but it really doesn't mean much until there's some better dates. 1936, always want to look close for the double die error, and we'll see if we can spot it. I don't think it's there. Also in 1920, what else can we find? 1930, and then lastly 1944D and 1948. So far, I would say that this is kind of below expectations, but all we need is one good coin, and the whole thing could be turned around. 1937 is the next one. 1946D, kind of a not super consequential date. 1941, 1938, and I don't even know if we're really getting anything new for the folder, because I'm not even doing a folder of the newer stuff, because it doesn't really matter that much. 1941S, but like I said, we just need a couple that can chip away at the total. 50, 46, let's see, 1937, not much so far. 1944, we'll see, 1931. I think that one's new. Sometimes the Depression era, like 1931, 32, 33, can be a little bit more challenging to get coins from those dates. So that's definitely a welcome find. 1931S is one of the key dates. So I think it's one that it's guaranteed that's going to be new for our series. 1947D also mixed in, and I'm going to save the Civil War token for the very end. But let's see what else we can find here. 1956 and a 1933D. That is great. And I forget if there's a repunched mint mark one there. I almost thought that I saw something kind of protruding, but I think that that's just a speck on the coin, and I'm not seeing anything there. But 1933D is another one where it's not quite a key date coin, but it's rarer than average. So definitely a good find, and that makes me a lot happier about the results, because, and that's what I said, like, there's a difference if you just get a few. These are all 50s, so not much there. You just need a few that kind of go your way to make something a much more fun hunt, or contribute to the folder. 1946S. After that, we'll see 1916. I forget if we've gotten that one, or I think we have found a 1916 in the past, but I'll still put it to the side because it's one of the older ones. And then this 1930D. So that is another good date that I really don't think we had. And I'm slowly picking away. And I don't even think that I've found... I remember one of my first ever, totally unrelated tangent, by the way, but my first good penny find, I've still never found an Indian head cent coin roll hunting. I've done probably 250,000 coins, something like that. These coins, though, 1932D was my first good penny find coin roll hunting ever. So this is, that's the end of the roll. Let's see what else we've got here. 1942, another 1942, another 1916. This one looks a little bit more worn in terms of the shape, though. 1942D, 1949. We're getting down to the end. 1936. Let's see, could we get... Okay, it looks like there's an old coin right behind the store card, or whatever it'll end up being. Let's see what the date is. 1912D. So that is awesome. This one's definitely quite worn, and I'm going to put this down for a second. Just check this one out. Yeah, it's got some real damage to the back of the coin, but it's still going to occupy a very good spot in our folder. And that kind of, between these four, and I don't know exactly how much our Civil War token is going to be worth, but we've got 1912D, 1933D, 1930D, and 1931. So a group of earlier coins, many with mint marks that are going to be tougher to find. And I think that this is a Civil War token. Let's just hope. I don't actually recognize it. It says Robinson and Ballou Grocers, Troy, New York. Yeah, 1863, redeemed at our store. So that is a Civil War token for sure. Has that date, 1863. And this would have been used. There was a huge shortage in the war. The supply of small currency dried up really, really quickly. And this is a phenomenon that, happened multiple times. There was hard times tokens in the late 1830s. During the Great Depression, there were 1/10 and 1/4 cent coins that would be issued, and 1/5, all sorts of different denominations for people to save on taxes. And in the Civil War time, there was also a shortage of coinage, especially because the United States banned foreign coins from circulating with a Coinage Act of 1857. That didn't always happen, but still, it was notable. So this is how these came into being. And Troy, New York, that's probably about 3 hours north of New York City, I want to say, because I'm kind of near to New York City. So that's where, in my mind, Troy, New York is located. But a cool find, and we'll see just exactly how we did in terms of how many new additions to the folder. I would say, is this worth $60? Probably not, but it's still a fun hunt, still good to show off what is going on. I'm kind of curious. I should look up the exact value for what I could sell that for on its own, though I will be keeping it. And then over here, these Indian head cents are probably worth $3 total. These might be worth, another $5. So my guess is that everything not to a coin shop, but for my purposes, everything is probably worth like $10 here plus whatever the value of this is. So I may have like lost half of the money, but got a cool video out of it. And like I said, I always wanted to do these hunts as a kid, and now I'm getting to do all the cool ones with all the neat enders. So I do still want to pick up a 3-cent nickel or 3-cent silver or something else exciting to do a roll unboxing with, and I'll look forward to seeing you there. And this might be a surprise segment, but I did confirm those were the 4 that are going to be new in the folder, and the 1 Civil War token, and then I'll just say this one, 1893 Indian head cent are also going to be new additions to my eBay roll search kind of collection. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and get in touch with me on my website, treasuretownYT.com, Facebook, TreasureTown, Instagram, @TreasureTownYT, or Twitter, @TreasureTown_YT, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my future vids.